In this video, let's look at the second problem in midterm number 2, and that is basically creating a pivot table off of our backup data. And again, without reading the instructions, I can kind of tell what needs to happen. It's obviously a pivot table based on name and manufacturer, right? So this is last name, and then there's your manufacturer, average of the amount, I can see that, and then the number of sales, and then I can see that I have a filter here and a slicer here. So there you go. Now that I know what I need to do, I can read the instructions, but hopefully they make sense just based on this picture. Now, it's supposed to be made off the backup data. If you happen to watch my subtotal video, I kind of screwed up and made my subtotals on my backup data when I should have done it on the January data. So a couple things I could do. One, I could just remove all these subtotals, hit remove all, and now I have my regular data to make the pivot table from. So off the backup data sheet, I'll insert and create a pivot table where it guesses the range. We're good with that. We'll put it on a new worksheet. And then I think I mentioned I want last name and manufacturer in the row labels. So I will drag those down, last name, manufacturer, and I want to take an average of the amount. So I move the amount down here. I'll drop down, value filled settings, change it to average. And hit OK. We're looking good. I suspect someplace I say make that currency with 2 decimals, so I'll run back in there, number format. Obviously I'm moving very quickly here, and I'll hit OK. So there's currency with 2. And then I want to do a count of how many sales. So if you grab any text field, so I'm going to scoot this over so I can see the layer. If you grab any text field, right? Let me run the January data. I want to count, I'll do the backup data too. I want to count how many sales there were for Porta Spa. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? I can grab any field that has text in it, and it will count based on those items that we have over here. So basically, I could, anything, first name, last name, doesn't matter. I could grab that, throw it down here, and because it's text, the system's smart enough to know it can't sum it, it can't take an average, it can't find the max, and so it automatically defaults to count. Now, I probably don't want it to say count of sales rep, right, because that would be confusing to people. So I can just change that label to just count of sales. And I'll hit OK. So there's the count of our sales. Now, someplace I say to add a report filter, and we want to filter to finance. So here's your filter. I will grab my transactions and drag them down to the filter, and then I can filter that. Whoops, must not have been transaction. Move that back. It was payment type. So grab payment type, run up here and filter to finance, and hit OK. And so now we're getting our data looking a little more like our solution picture. I see there's an instruction to change this row label to name / manufacturer. Okay. Now our numbers aren't quite the same yet, right? 21 and 9, but it's because I have that slicer guy, let's click on the pivot table, and under design, analyze, we will insert a slicer, and that is based on transaction. So we'll hit OK. I can now move it up, and then there must be an instruction to choose one of them. Which one is it? The only standard transaction is displayed. So there we go. Actually, it was supposed to be promotion is displayed. So let's run over here and click the other one. Now we got the same numbers as our solution picture. Looking back through the instructions, there was a couple things about doing banded rows and columns. And then I apply certain style, medium 2. So run down here is medium 2. And there's banded rows and columns. So we should look like our picture. And then finally, there was something about adding a footer. So I do this under page layout, header, footer, custom footer. And again, from our midterm 1, don't forget to use the button. So you want your name on the left. The tab name in the center is this button, and the date is on the right would be that button. So I want to see ampersand tab and ampersand date on your headers or footers. And that's it for this one.